today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Dustin, this is Madden NFL 21 on EA Sports.
Dustin Hopkins has it on the tee, and here we go from our nation's capital. Now it's Wilson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
He takes us from the 30 to the 34. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And his throw is incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
On third down, Burrow. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Smith. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates. On 2nd and 10, Smith. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Brings up third down and 10.
Out of the gun, Smith. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Davis on the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, 45 yards. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But, boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Danny Johnson returning. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. A run here for J.D. McKissick. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
2 yards, good enough for a first. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
He'll air this one out deep for Sims, and that'll be incomplete. Smith took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And he finds McLaurin. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14. Catch is made. It's Harmon. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And a 9-yard run on the end of it.
It's the kickoff for Washington.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The return man, Wilson. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Carrier. He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On the return is Sims. Very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball to make a big play. Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Kelvin Harmon, 58 yards. And Washington has taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this 1st quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, Can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Now it's Wilson. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It was Jonathan Bostic there on the stop.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Joe Mixon, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
With this Washington 14, Bengals 7.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
6 yards.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
27 yards.
Alex Smith and company heading back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Washington! Kelvin Harmon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him.
A loss of 5 yards.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive,
That threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And that will come the offense as they take over.
The Washington offense set to take over.
Their passing game has certainly been buoyed by some unbelievable catches.
I love that word because if you're the quarterback, if you're the guy...
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
On 1st down, it's Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do.
And this is caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
1st and goal at the 1-yard.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well because this deep...
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Punching it in from a yard away.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Mixon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Burrow. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one. Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum, and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because
And got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, an 80-yard touchdown. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Dustin Hopkins on 40 extra.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
it certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20.